So if you guys have been on my channel for years, you know that many times I try to branch off from just talking about, the basic facts of what's going on in the streets and talk about broader sociological issues, one of which is obviously gentrification. This is one that we've talked about a lot on this channel, man. And in this particular video, we're going to talk about something that I wouldn't call it gentrification yet. I've talked a lot about gentrification on the north side, some on the south side. This is on the west side, in a neighborhood you guys have seen a lot of my videos, and it's the neighborhood of a gang called DCG, Damon Court's Gangsters, or Durk City Gang, for their dead homie Durk. Rest in peace to Durk, man. And we're not talking about little Durk, okay, or anybody related to him. This is a totally different Durk. Damon Court's Gangsters, they are BDs, okay, and this was a gang that I referred to like a long time ago on the channel because people were asking me. This was like 2013 when like the BDs were real hot because Chief Keef was hot and Lil Durk, and they were just coming up and everybody was interested in the BDs. And people were asking me like, are there BDs in any other parts of the city? And I had mentioned, yeah, there's some BDs out west. And, people were thinking of like the BDs as like only a Southside gang. So this district I had mentioned in a previous video after somebody was killed around there, which didn't have anything to do with DCG, by the way, as far as I know. But it's a very interesting area. So if you didn't see that video, this is like the heart of the medical district for the city of Chicago. And what I mean by that is like a lot of the major hospitals, including Cook County Hospital, now called Stroger Hospital, is right here. Rush Hospital, UIC. This is all right here, and it's only a few blocks from the University of Illinois at Chicago. So you've got a lot of college students. You've got a lot of medical students. You've got a lot of doctors, like medical patients, walking around this area, coming to this area. Then you got the United Center right there where the Bulls play. And so you got, people coming in from all over the city and suburbs, really all over the state, to attend Bulls games over there. Okay. And it's like an area that is heavily trafficked by people that are not from the hood. Now, the neighborhoods around here are almost all gang territories. I mean, they are like Damon Court's Gangsters, BDs. There's Vice Lords in some of the adjacent blocks. So, like, it looks pretty sweet. Like, when you're walking around this area, it looks pretty sweet. And in a way, it kind of is sweet just because of, like I said, all the police that are always over here because of the United Center and because of the hospitals. I mean, that hospital, some days there's more police over there than at the police station. On the other hand, you go just a little bit west, and I mean a little bit west, like literally just a block west, off of Damon, and you're in an area where the police aren't really at all the time, and there's gangs over there, and there's gang wars and shootings and stuff like that. So it's kind of a neighborhood where various economic levels and people from different walks of life bump into each other. Now, I haven't heard of a lot of like robberies and stuff going around over there because of, just like the gangs and stuff. I haven't seen them doing that too much to like medical students and stuff like that. It may be going on, I just haven't heard about it, but I don't think that's really going on over there. Mainly it's just hustling. Like the west side has a lot different culture than, the south side and even the north side. The west side, guys are out there to make money, basically in the dope game and several other kinds of hustles. The robberies and stuff like that you see going on all over the place out south. There's some guys that do that, but not. I wouldn't say to the same extent. It's more about the hustling, and you robbing people that are coming through the neighborhood. You scare all those customers away, so it's not like really a smart business move. West Side is like businessmen out there, and that has harmful effects in its own way. As far as hurting the community, but it's just different than out south. But anyways, so that area though. There's a big move going on over there, man, because the owner of the Bulls and the Sox, Jerry Reinsdorf, is starting to buy up in multi-million-dollar deals all of the vacant lots in that area. Now, what this is, a move to do, nobody knows yet, okay? But right now, those lots are just kind of sitting there. Some of them are like parking lots for the adjacent, the United Center and the adjacent businesses. People try to come and park there. You can charge a fee for somebody to come in the lot. He's buying all these up. You look at all the areas in Chicago that have been gentrified recently, And there's several common denominators. You got the proximity to transportation. You got the proximity to business districts where people with money work. Okay, and then you got like the proximity to shopping, the proximity to downtown. This area has all those. All those factors are there, and it has them even to a greater extent than a lot of the other areas that have been gentrified. So this is like a prime area for gentrification. Okay, the near west side, right? It hasn't happened yet. Okay, like it hasn't quite started to happen yet, at least not on a mass scale. But I mean, bro, if I was like a real estate investor, what I'm saying, this is the area. Like this is of all the areas in Chicago that are hot and about to just skyrocket in value, or at least it appears that way. This is probably the most, okay, because you've got the medical district, you've got downtown is a hop, skip, and a jump. You got the UC right there, and these things aren't going anywhere. Like County Hospital Rush, the United Center. I mean, these businesses are here to stay, and so the only thing really keeping it from turning really hot right now is, I mean, the violent crime just to the west of that. But like I said, you start moving it in little by little, just like it happened over by Cabrini Green. And, I mean, things can turn around in half a generation like that. So, I mean, he's buying up all the land around there. And one thing that a lot of, guys who are kind of get older, they start off in the streets, they get older, they tell the young gang members, you guys are repping these blocks that you don't even own. Somebody with money comes in and they just buy up your hood and there's nothing you can do about it. And this is a prime example of that, okay? Like how economics and, guys that claim that they run the neighborhood in the streets kind of get a reality check when somebody that has nothing to do with the streets, isn't with it, maybe never even carried a gun in his life, comes in and just, boom, sweeps all of them out the way. Now, he hasn't done that with the housing developments. I'm not saying he's buying up Damon courts, but all the vacant lots in the area that are for sale, he's buying all of these up. And there's nothing that anybody in the neighborhood can do about it. In Pilsen, there's been a big pushback against gentrification. There was like graffiti on the restaurants over there talking about gentrifiers, get out of the neighborhood and stuff like that. There's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do. Because if you don't have that money, I mean you're going to get pushed out by the people that do. So I just wanted to, spark that discussion with you guys. Where do you guys see the near west side headed? And, if you were a real estate developer, what would you do in this area? I've seen some of it start to happen a little bit to the east of that, like all the way out to Ashland used to be kind of, now you go east of Damon and you're really in a pretty good area. There's still, like the new homes and woodblock foes are over there and stuff like that. So there's still some stuff that pops up. But I mean, you go east of that, like to Ashland and then into downtown. And I mean, you're into like prime real estate. And I see that happening now. This is like the first possible step towards that happening this far west. Okay, which was, like I said, it's like Cabrini being like right next to the Gold Coast. It's like this is bound to happen. The forces of economics push everything in that direction when you've got all these factors in place. So Damon Courts, man, rest in peace to Durk, but their hood looks like it may be on the way out. And in another generation, their hood might not even be there. It might be rich people living in that area. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section, man. Very interesting. History repeating itself, taking its course yet again. And everybody that's, repping that block and thinking of dying over that block, just keep this in mind. It's your boy, Chicago News. I'm out.